Glorious Goodwood turning it on. In case you missed it from earlier today, we saw one of the biggest shots that we've ever seen come through for the meet in the Sussex Stakes. So, without further ado, let's take a look back on how it all played out.
Still got the lead over QIRAT in second. Now the others are sent in chase. Rosalyn in third. Henri Matisse down the wide outside. Field of Gold is urged now to try and close. Docklands is towards the inside. A furlong to go. It is QIRAT who has got the lead. Rosalyn now powering down the wide outside. Henri Matisse is running towards the inside. 100 yards to go. QIRAT still has the lead, and it will be QIRAT in a shock in the Sussex Stakes.
QIRAT with the shock upset. What a riding performance that was from Richard Kingscote and the team. They put a bit of pressure on late, Caleb, but it just wasn't enough to catch up.
And that was a serious group to defeat because Henri Matisse, who finished third, well, Henri Matisse won last year's Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf at Del Mar, and the horse in fourth, the gigantic favorite, the stablemate Field of Gold. That gray, up till this morning, was probably the early favorite for the Breeders' Cup Turf.
What a win, what a stage that was to get it done there. But by getting that win, it means an automatic entry into the FanDuel Mile coming up later this year in the World Championships. $60,000 in entry fees paid by the Breeders' Cup and a $10,000 award going towards the nominator. We've got that travel allowance there for the international participants. So that one's obviously going to be welcomed in there by the connections. And in terms of the winning connections, jockey Richard Kingscote had this to say: embracing being the villain. It's turning into a cracking year. Ultimately, we were there as a helping hand to go an even gallop, and we were somewhat ignored early, then took a lead off Wayne. This horse likes the track, and Ralph said, even though we're here to help, he can do his best. I feel like a villain, but when I saw it wasn't a grey nose coming towards me, I kept on going. Richard Kingscote aboard QIRAT. Massive long shot. Kept on going to get the win.
And this is one of the reasons why I'm not a fan of entries. Because if this horse was an entry with Field of Gold, the horse would have won as a huge upset, would have paid $220, because the other horse went off at 1 to 5. Now, in America, this horse still paid over $100. Some of the bookies in Europe had the horse all the way up to 150 to 1. The horse finished 27th in the race most recently. But the front runners are like Ricky Bobby. If you're not first, you're last. This horse lost the lead last time and gave up. The starts prior, this horse had actually been favored in Class 1 and Class 2 efforts, finishing a close second. Nobody took the rabbit serious, and the horse went the whole way for a Group 1 win.
Was doing the Heisman to fend him off late to pick up the spoils out there today. If you're looking to do it all again tomorrow, we have got you sorted. Coverage coming up from Glorious Goodwood. We will have Jess live on the ground. Scott Hazelton here at HQ. The Nassau Stakes being the marquee event for the Thursday slate.